Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Bravo could be getting rid of all of Housewives franchise. Over the years, the Real Housewives franchise has become a flagship part of the Bravo network. However, reports have come out that certain legal troubles could end up putting an end to the franchise. An insider has recently weighed in on the ongoing story. The franchise got its start in 2006 with the release of The Real Housewives of Orange County. Attempting to bring the drama of shows like Desperate Housewives and Peyton Place into reality. The franchise looks at the lives of various upper-class women in different parts of the country. Over the years, fans would see series set in all sorts of places, including Atlanta, New Jersey, Salt Lake City, and New York City, among other places. In addition, the franchise has seen a number of international versions and a few spin-offs, such as Vanderpump Rules. However, news has come out that NBC Universal, who owns the Bravo network, could be putting an end to the popular franchise. According to Radar Online, this comes out after Real Housewives of Atlanta newcomer Brittany Edie filed a $20 million lawsuit against Bravo. The high-profile lawsuit comes from an incident last season. This has led to claims of defamation, emotional distress, and a hostile work environment. Edie had previously chose to leave both Bravo and Real Housewives of Atlanta after Kenya Moore reportedly embarrassed her with a poster board titled, "Who is this hoe?" filled with explicit, allegedly fake blurred photos. For her part, Edie has denied being the figure in the photos. In her legal filing, she also claimed she did not see the explicit photograph until after certain of these events were aired on Bravo, nearly a year later. A production insider shared with reporter Rob Shutter, "What made Housewives great? The chaos is now its biggest threat. It's just lawsuit after lawsuit." The source continued, "The drama made it great. But now it's a walking lawsuit." Taking to his Substack, Shutter wrote, "The champagne's flat, the taglines are tired, and Bravo may finally be done playing hostess." A source close to Edie shared, "She begged to see the photo before it aired. They said no, they wanted drama, now they've got court dates." For her part, Moore was cut from the season's reunion show and may not return. NBC Universal had already been dealing with union threats from Bethany Frankel and a feud involving Lee McSweeney and Andy Cohen. According to the publication, Bravo's owner is in full crisis mode. An exec was quoted as saying, "Every cast member's a legal liability. Bravo has become an embarrassment to NBC News." The publication also claimed that NBC called the Real Housewives franchise legally radioactive at this point. Have you been following this story? Do you think we will see the end of the Real Housewives franchise? Make sure you come back to TV shows Ace for all the latest reality TV and celebrity news. For over a decade, Bravo's Real Housewives franchise has been nothing short of a cultural juggernaut. From the glittering mansions of Beverly Hills to the charming streets of Orange County, the show has delivered high drama, iconic catchphrases, and unforgettable moments that have embedded themselves into the fabric of reality television history. But what if, just what if, Bravo decided to pull the plug on the entire Housewives universe? Could they really be getting rid of all of their housewives? At first blush, it sounds unthinkable. The Real Housewives shows have been Bravo's bread and butter, their signature brand. Ratings spikes, social media buzz, reunion show spectacles. These series have driven the network's identity for years. Yet beneath the surface of those glamorous catfights and lavish soirees, whispers have been growing louder. A shift in audience tastes, rising production costs, evolving social dynamics, and new strategic priorities might all be nudging Bravo toward a radical reinvention. The end of an era. Imagine a world where The Real Housewives is no longer a cornerstone of Bravo's programming. Instead of champagne-fueled disputes and opulent lifestyles, the network might pivot toward fresh concepts, more inclusive, diverse, and contemporary. There's a sense that the housewife archetype, once wildly entertaining, has become a bit stale or even problematic in a media landscape increasingly attuned to broader definitions of womanhood and storytelling. Social commentary aside, the economics are shifting too. Reality TV is evolving beyond the frenemy formula. Audiences crave authenticity, purpose, and narratives that challenge conventional norms. Streaming platforms and social media have fragmented attention spans, demanding content that is quicker, edgier, and more reflective of modern life's complexities. Could the lavish, scripted drama of Housewives be losing its pull? Bravo's new reality vision. If Bravo were to retire the Housewives franchise, what could fill the void? One could imagine a slate of shows focused on dynamic, diverse women in various walks of life. Entrepreneurs, activists, artists, or trailblazers who don't fit the traditional mold. Bravo might pivot to stories about women building empires from scratch, tackling real-world issues with grit and grace, or forming new types of community that don't revolve around mansions and designer wardrobes. Picture this. The Real Entrepreneurs, a docuseries chronicling women across the country launching startups in unexpected fields. Or Sisterhood Rising, a show about a collective of women activists transforming their neighborhoods through art, education, and social innovation. These ideas don't just entertain, they inspire and engage a younger, more socially conscious audience. The drama without the Housewives? Critics might argue that ditching the Housewives means losing the drama. But drama doesn't have to come from frivolous conflict. Human stories are inherently dramatic. When told well, even the quietest moments can hold intense emotional stakes. Bravo could tap into the real tensions in today's world. Career struggles, family dynamics, social justice, mental health, and personal growth. Imagine a reunion show where the conflicts center on divergent worldviews, generational divides, or competing visions for the future. Instead of a shouting match over a party snub, the tension could come from debating how best to make an impact or protect the environment. The new Bravo might become a platform for meaningful conversations wrapped in the engaging format of reality TV. Nostalgia and reinvention. Of course, the Housewives are beloved by legions of fans who treasure those iconic moments, the sharp quips, the extravagant wardrobes, the unforgettable feuds. Could Bravo really abandon this goldmine without alienating its core audience? The answer might lie in reinvention rather than erasure. Rather than getting rid of all Housewives, Bravo could evolve the concept. What if future installments featured women who don't define themselves solely by marital status or social standing? Housewives could be entrepreneurs, artists, or activists, living vibrant lives that defy stereotypes while retaining the drama, humor, and personality that fans adore. This reinvention could keep the franchise fresh and relevant, bridging nostalgia with progress. A Real Housewives series where the cast members are multidimensional, complex, and engaged with real-world issues could redefine the genre and reassert Bravo's dominance in reality TV. What about the cast? The cast of any Housewives show is more than just reality stars. They're personalities, influencers, entrepreneurs, and cultural icons. If the franchise winds down, what happens to these women?